All right, welcome back to the Man Cave. This is Black Irish News. We got a video from Fox News talking about something very important. It must be important because they're triggered by it. If it's about men, you know it's something negative that they don't like. So let's play the video clip.
Joe, you follow trends.
Yes,
you followed all the trends that are going on. You know what's hot and what's not.
Yeah.
What in the world and what's going on with masculinity? Why is it out the window now?
You want to hear one trend that is utterly horrifying? There was last year a 35% jump in men wanting consultants, being consulted on vasectomies. Like, don't even want to have kids, right? They don't want to take on the responsibility.
How
like
do
a
you
real
know
man.
How do you know?
I'm looking at it right here. Kids, right? They don't want to take on the responsibility.
How
like
do
a
you
real
know
man.
that? How do you know?
I'm assuming he said like the real dads. But see, this is what I'm talking about. Like already you can tell where this is going. The real dads would do like what. So he does his research on all these TikTok channels, and he gets to do a diagnostic and figure out what's going on, and is completely oblivious as to why these men are doing it. Because like any news channel, it's all about an agenda. Are you asking why the men are doing it? No, you don't care. It's not a real man thing to get consultation over vasectomies. Now, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't necessarily suggest doing that. I just think you should take better care protecting yourself. But this is exactly my point. We're demonizing men looking for consultation for something, and we're going to demonize it and say, well, you seem like you're not a real man for doing this, and this is disturbing.
I'm looking at it right here, all right? It's a thing now, apparently. Look, I'm a former relationship columnist, I swear. When I was single in my days in Hoboken, I wrote about these things. And it just seems like men do not want to play the role of being elusive anymore or being hard to get. They text way too much. They're far too needy. They live far too long with their parents, particularly with mom. And that's a problem when you're a woman and you want a real man.
Listen to how he's saying it. You want a real man. And then he throws in the insult because you not living with your parents. He made sure to say with mom. I want you to understand something. This is a shame tactic. This is what this side of the media does. They shame anything that is not what they stand for, just like the other side does. But this is what they do. So you're not a real man because of you live with your mommy. Isn't it funny? A woman can live with her mother for all her entire life. There's no such thing as shaming. She's not, mama's girl. She's not a mama's girl living in her mother's house. She can live there all day long, but a man has to leave either by 16 or 18, have a full-time job, have a degree, have six-pack abs, and you have to do all these things. You can't live with your mother. Even if your mother lives with you, you have to make sure it's perfectly clear that she lives with you. This is the type of conversation that we are having on Fox News.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, so I shudder to think
What's
what's going to be like
boy.
my daughter.
Toxic masculinity.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
know,
saying.
You should hear these TikTokers out there. Let's listen to one right now.
Right.
He says that women should be paying for all the dates. Listen to this.
I don't care what anybody says, but a guy should always be paying for dates.
Never.
I already
Never.
know.
Literally, being in my soft guy era, it literally opens my eyes to reality. Women want to be in long-term relationships, so this is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to pay for all the dates.
I want you to understand, before they even say anything, for some reason, I have this great idea that I know that the moment I click play, they're going to miss the point of why these guys are doing it. I can guarantee you as a man listening to him talk like this, you know he's not serious. Now, I understand if women don't get this because over their head, it happens all the time. It's not like watching Naked Gun, date movie, epic movie. Oh, those movies, the women can get the jokes. But Naked Gun, a lot of women, for some reason, don't get the joke. Don't care, don't understand, whatever. The fact is, I can guarantee you, they're going to sit here and still miss the mark as to why. Because it's not about what he's saying, it's not about how he's doing. It's the agenda that you need to push.
You mentioned yesterday you have a very long and happy marriage.
Yes.
Would you be having that happy marriage if you had asked your wife to pay for the dates?
There's no way. My wife and Julia don't jokes for me because we went on our first date and I brought a coupon when we got yogurt and she still thought that that was pretty funny. So look, some of these guys, all they want is a mom. That's what they want. They want to be coddled and taken care of. Who's the breadwinner? Perhaps it's the woman, perhaps it's the man.
How about the fact that we're pushing women to be more into being the breadwinners? How about we push the fact that women can take over the households more than the husbands by demonizing men in every job that they do? Everything that they complain about, they're now mocking other men for doing something. And they don't even understand that the concept of why these guys were doing it. If you did your research, you would have known that these guys were mocking the women who had these above average standards. We're talking about through the roof for dumb stuff. And these guys on here talking about, I took my woman to get yogurt with a coupon. And yeah, she thought it was probably freaking stupid. But let me tell you right now, I didn't have a problem having my woman. I've gone on many dates with women and we split the bill. And either you get down with the program and you show me that this date is more than you just looking for a buck, and it is what it is. I'm not saying men shouldn't pay for women. I'm just saying I'm not going to pay for every woman I go out with, especially the women nowadays. That's insane. I don't have to do that anymore. But the fact of the matter is that when my wife and me and my wife did that, we went out, we split the bill. There was no problem. There was no questions about it. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. And then the next day we went to see each other again. She got the next bill next time. Then I got the next bill. It was a mutual understanding. It didn't take away from my masculinity. It didn't take away from her femininity. It just showed that we had respect for each other to value each person's dollar. Not everybody's going to be like that. But conversations like this, what we're having on this channel, is not healthy. You're not understanding why they're saying it. You will dismiss what the women are doing and then completely attack the men. It's kind of like everything that happens. What was it with the MGTOW, with Passport Bros, and now you have the soft guy era. Only one of them was a joke, but these idiots are like anything that men do that goes against the grain. Oh, you know they're going to talk about it.
Perhaps it's your spouse, whatever, however you want to be politically correct about this. You got to find the balance in your life. And it works for some people, doesn't work for other people. But this idea that you're just going to predetermine who's paying for what before you've even gone out, I don't.
Wait. Your first date, you had yogurt?
Yeah.
And you had a coupon for the yogurt?
Yes,
yeah.
He's frugal. That's why she marries him.
Who eats yogurt on a first date?
That's longevity there.
That
would have been a
was
tick
it
in the pro
breakfast? What did you go out for?
This wasn't like this.
Who cares? If you're, no, I don't know this guy, but like, here's the thing. If your woman is okay and is like, oh, we're going to get yogurt and communicate, and she's okay with that, that's a keeper right there. She's doing a pretty good job because she's valuing the time and not valuing how much money you spend on somebody. See how you're trying to shame the other dude for not going. Well, I bet you the other dude was like $500 to put on a damn plate because he could, not because she deserved it, but because he could. That's lame on its own. So what? The dude went on a yogurt, coffee dates, all the other stuff. So what?
Dessert yogurt, like it's a dessert.
You don't get yogurt for dessert.
Hold on, listen.
You have it in the morning.
Enough men. We're done with the men. The man talk. We're done with the man talk.
All right, I'm just saying.
As a woman, when you go on a date, when you're dating,
Oh, they don't sound too masculine now. Look at all these men, real men out there getting shut down by a woman. Ain't that something? Listen to that.
that would have been a
Was it
tick in the pro
breakfast?
column.
What did you go out for?
This wasn't like
Dessert yogurt, like it's a dessert.
You don't get yogurt for dessert.
Hold on, listen.
You have it in the morning.
Enough men. We're done with the men. The man talk. We're done with the man talk.
All right, I'm just saying.
As a woman, when you
Ducks will talk. Simps will fly. Kind of pathetic, huh? Masculinity, and you got shut down by two old hags.
go on a date, when you're dating someone, of course you pick up the check every now and then and you chip in here and there. You've got young sons.
It's called chivalry, okay? I don't know what this soft guy, I thought it was soft bod. I thought that's what we were talking about. Dad bods. I'm like,
yeah.
gross. No, but here's the thing.
It was funny.
So I work full time. We all know that.
Chivalry was dead. We already spoke about this. Women killed it. Feminism killed it. You guys didn't want it. It's only when women get to her age is when they start saying, oh, well, chivalry's dead. We're all the real men. Blasey, blasey, freaking blah, all the time.
The thing about being financially independent as a woman in a marriage, it's a beautiful thing. I don't need my husband financially. My husband doesn't need me financially. We are together because we want to be together, and we work on our marriage because we actually just want to be together and raise our children together. That's a beautiful thing. But when we're dating, should he absolutely be paying for our dates? Yes, that's chivalry. He should also keep me on the inside when we're walking on a sidewalk. He should be opening the door for me. And by the way, my husband does that, and my 3 children, boys, do that as well. So no one in the Sapphire House.
But a revolving door, the man always goes first. It's true, because you got to push the weight. And in a cab, the man goes in first, so the girl doesn't have to shimmy across.
Absolutely.
I know.
Yeah, but we come from an era where women want to be boss babes, independent, don't need no man. I can do it all bad by myself. See, all this talk sounds great if you find the right woman. Not every woman's going to respect that, like that. And then the right women that do like that, they're going to be pushed into the same group of women who basically don't care, don't want any of that. So you want that, they don't want that. They're going to look at you and say, you look just like them, and say, all right, well, you can get the door yourself. You can keep pretending like that's not true or not, but we all know it's true. Women destroyed chivalry. Women created the soft guy era. Women cause a lot more damage than they like to bring up. It's great that you have a husband that understands it and that you two say, hey, want it. But here's the thing. Men want to be needed. If you don't need a man, most men are going to look at that and say, oh, well, if you don't need me, then why am I here? I mean, it's just how it is. You may not like it, but if you don't talk to men before you start opening your mouth, you're going to start realizing how men really feel about you.
We're going to write a book on this, on what men you should be doing, and whatever this little fad is.
There's no soft guy at this table, and we like that, right?
Well, soft bod, maybe.
Except for the small point when she shut you both up and told you both to shut the hell up. Yeah, at that point, it was pretty much done. Isn't it funny how things work? Anytime that men come up with some type of movement, either it's women that have a problem with it, and if the women have a problem with it, and it gets big enough, then the mainstream media gets a part of it. First was Passport Bros, and then it was the MGTOW. MGTOW was first, and then it was Passport Bros, because even MGTOW made into one of those stupid shows where they were calling them all incels. And then you have this, the soft guy, which was a joke. And it shows you that the media is separated from reality. They have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. They are literally having you watch this and thinking that this was serious. These guys were joking. It was bad when it was the women because we expect them not to catch on. But this is the mainstream media. And you guys are left out in the loop and you have no idea what you're talking about. It's sad, and in so many cases, just downright pathetic. I don't know what else to say.